Alrighty, and my screen's recording as well now, so let's get started. Let me close all these other tabs and keep Facebook open. Alright, so Lenny, you just wanted to say that you wanted to see me like live seeing what I would do with these domains?
Yeah, well, what I'd like to do is get some insight into your thinking so that I have some feel for looking at domains, picking some, and then doing what's necessary to make sure that it's a good purchase.
Alright, I understand you. So I'm just going to use BuyPR as the example websites for now because I don't want to go to... I'm assuming you know how to use like Register Compass or the DomCop stuff I showed you.
Yes.
Awesome. So you know how to like get these high PR domains, but you don't know like how to sort them out, see which one's good for your SEO efforts?
Exactly.
Alright, cool. So I'm just going to go to this BuyPR since they already have like the high PR domains. And I'm just going to go ahead and go through these sites and see like which one I would purchase if I had to purchase one right now. So like right off the bat, I'm scrolling down and I see sites like BrittanyStephenson.com and stuff. And these are the ones that are like most appealing to me because they're a name of a person or a name of an organization. Like if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see like this 3,000 USD month for surveys or 2013 toprolex.com and stuff like that. That kind of stuff has been used for spam before. They're basically link farms in the past, and I would stay away from anything which has like too many numbers in the domain name itself, or it has obviously been used for like previous SEO efforts. Like 3,000 USD a month from surveys.com has obviously been used for SEO services or spam in the past. You understand me?
Yes.
Alright, and then like this 80008.com. See, that kind of stuff I stay away from them because it's obviously spammy domains. And like I try to stay away from Asian domains like this thing. I don't even know how to say it. It's like Apzan Shang or something like that. And even though these have good stats sometimes, I always stay away from those because of the language barrier and whatnot. But if this is an exception to the rule, I know Anthony was asking me about this earlier. If this Asian site, wherever, is related to my niche, or the domain was related to my niche in the past, I would actually consider purchasing it because of the high relevancy. So,
let me ask you. Should we ask as things come up?
Yeah.
How
please.
Okay. My question is, if we're starting from scratch, are we better off picking a niche first and then looking, or are we better off saying, okay, let's see if we can find some really good site and then work around that?
The second option. Let's see if we can find a really good site and work around that. I actually recently recorded have PowerPoint slides to an update video, which is addressing like the exact same issue. Let me see it. Video 3. This is just a PowerPoint. I haven't recorded it yet, but I go over in here. Like this is an example of what I would do. This is all fluff. Okay, so this is an example I want to show you. My niche. Let's say my niche is taxi services for a local client I have. They want to rank for like Airport Taxi Chicago or something like that. So, and I recently bought a domain similar to danbarandgrill.com. I don't remember the exact thing, but it was something similar to like a bar and grill type restaurant previously. So, I tried to see how I can fit incorporate my niche into the site. So, like, in this site, what I did was, in bars, if you're not sober enough to be driving, they call you a cab. You correct?
I guess.
Yeah. I've never been to one, so I wouldn't know, but that's what I heard. So in the site, I said something like, if we feel that you are not able to drive due to excessive alcohol, we'll call a taxi for our partner company, and then I would link to our partner company. Something like that. So instead of finding domains similar to my niche, I try to find out how I can incorporate my niche into the domain. It's usually almost always possible somehow. You just gotta think outside the box a little bit.
Got it.
Yeah. Alright, so as you see, like this BrittanyStephenson.com, I like this domain because it's like a person, like someone probably just bought their own domain, or it was a previous author who's not in the business anymore. So next thing I would do is go ahead and head on over to Majestic SEO. I already have a tab opened up, I believe, and enter the domain. I've already checked it too. So as you can see, this is a non-www. The first thing I do is check the www version as well. And this one obviously has nothing for the www version as well, so I just go back to the non-www. But you gotta keep remembering to check the www and the non-www version of the domain, because sometimes the differences are huge. So as you can see, this site has a trust flow of 4 and a citation flow of 7. And this is, I would not buy this domain. It only has 28 backlinks and whatnot. So it's a fairly weak domain. I believe it's a PR2, I think. Yeah, PR2. So this is something I would not buy, even though it's a name of a person. It's not powerful enough for me. And another thing I look at is the ratio of citation flow to trust flow. Like usually you want to stay at a 1-to-1 or around a 1-to-1 ratio. That means if the trust flow is 10, you want the citation flow to be 10. If the trust flow is 20, you want the citation flow to be 20 as well. But I'm like, it's fine if it deviates a little bit. Like this one, it wouldn't really matter because I wouldn't even buy it anyway. I would usually look for a trust and citation flow of 10. But Chuck or Charlie was showing me a few domains the other day. They had a citation flow of like 24 and a trust flow of 3. And those are things I just wouldn't go for, because that shows like previous SEO offers or some kind of spam going on in the past. Alright, so I'm just going to keep scrolling down here and see if there's something like that catches my eye, the name of an organization or something like that. And this is something as an example of what I wouldn't go for, howtoloseweightfasteasy.org. It's obviously been used for spam or something like that in the past. And then this one right here, Hotel Fortes Joao or something like that. Seems like a Japanese hotel. It's like a name of an organization, you see. So I would go ahead and enter that into Majestic. I'll log into my account. And then this one is fairly decent. Trust flow of 14, citation flow of 10, and has 100 backlinks, which is something I look for, around 100. And the ratio of the trust flow and citation flow is fairly equal, 1-to-1. You can judge that by this. If you want Majestic SEO, you see this little graph here, this line. If you want to see how close the dots or whatever follow this line, like you can't really see it well on this because there's not as many backlinks, but you can definitely see it on something that has like 100,000 backlinks or something like that. And if you check the www as well, this is way better. Like as you can see, 22 and 19, fairly good trust flow, citation flow. Even though if you switch to the www version of the domain, it only has 60 backlinks. That's still pretty powerful considering this trust and citation flow. You guys understand this?
Yep.
Alright,
yep,
cool. So if I had to buy one domain right now, this would be definitely on the top of the list. Hotel Forte, some Japanese hotel. I'm going to open up Notepad and paste that in there like a short list. And this looks like another good one. Geoclay Mesclary. I don't know, it seems like a name of a person or an organization, but I'm just gonna go ahead and check the trust flow. Oh, another thing I forgot, you look at the anchor text distribution. This is for the hotel site, which I just had pulled up, and as you can see, there's no one anchor text that has too much of the entire portion, I guess, like 27%, 4, 8%, 15%. So this would be a perfect domain. There's obviously not been too many SEO efforts in the past, or there might have been, but it was done correctly, so it boosts the authority of the domain. So I'm going to check out this next one, Geoclay Mesclary. Dang. This has 16,000 backlinks, but only a trust flow and citation flow of 4 and 9. I'm just going to check the www version of it real quick. It's actually a pretty strong domain. Like, one thing you got to understand is the higher the backlinks, the higher the number of backlinks, the harder it is to get a high trust flow and citation flow. Like, if you see a site with 3 backlinks and it has a trust flow of 20, that's fairly easy because all it needs is like 1 or 2 good links. But if you see a site with like 17,000 links to it and it has a trust flow of 20, that's way harder to do because you need to have tons and tons of authority sites ranking to it to have that. So this also I would actually consider. I'd say this one is better than the previous domain that I just showed you. And the last thing I usually do is I check the domain authority and page authority. And there's a free tool on Moonsy. I can leave a link in the chat box if you like. Check the page authority. Page authority is an important one. And this has a page authority of 1, unfortunately. So I'm going to do the non-www version of it. And this has a page authority of 31. Alright guys, this is good, really good example domain because I didn't cover this in the course because it rarely happens, but it does sometimes. So as you can see in Majestic SEO, the domain with the higher, like the version of the site with higher authority was the www version of it, which is where the trust flow is 11, 18, and the external backlinks are in excess of 16,000. But the site with the higher page authority is the non-www version. So I don't exactly know what I would do here. So I would go ahead and see how far apart the non-www version was. And it was load 4 and 9, which this is hard. This is a hard one because it has a decent trustful considering the amount of backlinks. So this would not be as powerful of a domain, but for, I don't know how much it was, for $15 I would go ahead and purchase it. It would definitely help in rankings, but I would wish that the higher page authority was in www version of the site. You guys still here? You guys
Yep.
Question. Sweet.
Yeah, still here.
Oh, Charlie, your microphone's working now?
No, it's Anthony.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Charlie's
Yeah, no
face
worries.
popped up when he said that. Alright. Oh, Charlie said something. What if you find a good expired domain with even trustful citation flow but has no PR? What you would do then, it depends. If it's niche relevant, I would go ahead and purchase it because PR doesn't really matter much nowadays because PR is only updated once or twice a year. And it's a good starting place, but it's not the be-all, end-all of SEO rankings. So if it has PR, great, but if it has good trustful and citation flow, chances are it has good trustful citation flow because it has a few PR links pointing to it. So chances are in the next PR update, your site will gain some PR. So if it was a PR 0, it might be a PR 2 or a PR 3 or something like that. Is that cool, Charlie? So if the backlinks and page authority checks out, yeah, basically if it's a high authority, if you think if the page authority is greater than 30-ish, 30 is a good starting point, and the trustful and citation flow, for me to buy a domain with no PR, the trustful and citation flow has to be quite high, so I usually look for 20-ish, and then the page authority of 30, I would go ahead and purchase it, especially if it's relevant to my niche. Then it's really powerful because relevancy plus high PR equals rankings in the search engines. So Lenny, is that what you were looking for, or would you want me to go through a few more domains?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm looking for. I'm curious. I was just looking at my own. I have a main site, which is our life insurance business, which we've had for 4 or 5 years, and blog, and we do a lot of stuff. And I was looking at my page authority was 42. I had really pretty good numbers. My just to give you an idea, my trust flow is 42 and my citation is 34, and I've got 10,800 backlinks, and I cannot figure why my PR rank has never gone above 2.
Well, do you have links to your site that are greater than a PR2?
Geez, I think so. I've got 153. Actually, my average is just over 2, like 2.2. But I'm not really sure, and my citation flow is looks good. I mean, the trust and citation, 42 and 34.
Yeah.
And my, if I look at what was the other thing that you had us do on the sites?
So the Minzy one, the domain authority, and the
domain authority was. That's right. Let me just find it here. I was just looking at the domain authority for my site was fairly high as well, like 40 something.
Could you repeat that question again?
How many sites should we buy for? What I'm looking for is not something for my real business, but for affiliate type business and whatnot. How many sites should we buy for a private network, and how can we use that private network? I assume at some point we're going to say, okay, take site 1, do something with it, and then link it to these 10 sites. And that's something I'm not quite sure about.
Well, as far as how many sites you need to buy, it's not really set in stone, because it really depends on the competition of your niche in Google and the keywords you're trying to go for. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you for a local term, like for the one I'm working on, like Airport Texas, Chicago, or something like that, usually 10 to 15 does the trick. For medium competition, it's like 15 to 25-ish. And then for high competition, it could be 30 plus. I know people who buy 50 domains just for one site. It just depends on like what the niche and how much money you're going to make from having it on page 1.
Okay, well, if I were going to go into a niche, let's just take home improvement or something like that, which I imagine is fairly difficult, but not as difficult as diet or something like that.
Like a local, like home improvement.
Not local. I'm not a. I don't sell my services or. in terms of SEO. Yeah. So, I'm not, I don't want to. I just want to have some sites with some money coming in. And so that's why I'm asking. I haven't picked a niche yet, and that's why I'm happy to see that I'm better off looking for sites and then fitting them into a niche somehow.
Mm-hmm. So if I can maybe then work around your question, Lenny.
Yes,
I've got a similar thing. So I think my understanding is that you can do things from 10 sites to, like you say, up to 50 sites, and it depends on how competitive the niche is. Once you've built the private network, could you use that for more than one money site? Then, so if you maybe have like the home improvement one, that could be split into sub niches, because you might split it down to maybe roofing and gutter works.
Yeah. So if you build like a blog network around home improvement or something like that, that'd be perfect fit to go for like roofing and siding and plumbing or stuff like that. But you can't go try like linking a home network, blog network to like lose weight tomorrow or something like that. There's no action there.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my question is, let's just take that example. How many sites would you purchase?
Like for the home improvement niche, it depends on the keywords you're trying to go for. Like if you do like home improvement straight in Google, that I would imagine that would take at least 100 domains, because that's really competitive, or 50 to 100 domains.
Well, we're also working in this area where we're looking for keywords that are relatively easy to, using this Weblify system. We're looking for sites that are relatively easy to rank for, or keywords that are relatively easy to rank for. And so, in that situation, would you build 5, or would you build 10, or
do you have any
feel for that?
For keywords that are relatively easy to rank for?
Yes.
Yeah, I would suggest, like, for local terms, 10 to 15, so around 20 should do the trick. And if it's still not ranking on the first page, it should only take like a few more domains to get it up there.
Now, are you going to be in this course that you're building, I guess, are you going to be showing how to link those sites and the kind of metrics that we should look for once we have the sites?
You'll link those sites to your money site?
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is we should buy 20 domains, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're looking there at, $15 to $25 a domain, unless it's some terrific domain.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
There, yeah.
Okay, so then what happens once you purchase those domains and you need to, I guess, put them on a particular host?
Yes, correct.
And then what I'd like to see, and I think probably a lot of people who are not necessarily in the business of SEO, is step by step. Okay, then go over here and get an account, and here's how you do one of them, and now do the other 19, and then do this.
That's exactly what I'm working on, landing it
Okay.
in my mind. I'm actually doing it as right after this webinar, because I bought a few domains a few days ago on BuyPR when they first launched a few. I'm just gonna build 2 or 3 of them live on camera, setting up the hosting. I just bought the hosting account and how to change the IP address on each one, so it's leaves no footprint or whatever. Would you like me to go over that right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
We want, I understand that we want A domains, right? A hosting. A-class hosting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the one I have currently is Smart SEO Hosting.
Also, it's loading actually a question around A class versus C class, and I guess I had a couple of thoughts before I came onto the course, and I've got about 5 different hosting companies. Because at the time, my understanding is to try and to build out the sites I have, but also with the potential of creating a private network. Having obviously different hosting accounts with different companies, although they'd be technically class C's IPs, they were dedicated IPs with SSL.
Yeah.
Is there really a big difference between class C and class A?
Yeah, there's actually a really big difference. Let me open up Notepad real quick so I can illustrate it.
Mm-hmm.
I have this in the PowerPoint as well. I should probably get you guys the remaining PowerPoints. I've been putting it off for a while.
I understand the difference technically between Class A and Class C.
Yeah.
But in terms of SEO, I thought my understanding was that as long as your site was on a geo independent location, split across different locations.
I still try to stay with A-class IPs because I don't want to run that risk. Because Google could easily, because this is what happened with a big SEO host that was owned by HostGator a year back or a year and a half or something like that. The Google found out that they were using this clunk of IPs from
basically the same subnet, basically.
Yeah, let's say I think the SEO host owned all these IPs from some similar 239, and this is just an example too. So the SEO host owned all the 100 IPs. These are all C-class IPs from this to this. Mm-hmm. And what Google ended up doing was banning all these sites that are hosted on these 100 IPs or whatever. So it's really easy for Google to see through it. If they want to catch on to you, they will.
Cool. Okay, I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
I know myself when I do my security, when I configure my HT access, quite often I'll ban blocks of IPs if I find suspicious activity, because usually it's going to be people coming from a specific IP range.
Yeah. One sec. I had to look into go back to Lenny's thing as setting up your hosting. Let me log into the email account real quick. Shoot. All right. Do you have any other questions, Anthony, while I'm getting this set up?
I guess I'll come back to those domains. So the hotel one that you picked is similar to another one. I pinged that into the chat box.
Yeah.
I actually had a look at that hotel one, and I know that I think it's either Spanish or something similar. And and I had another couple of domains like that, and a lot of domains that looked to be Japanese.
Yeah.
But the stats were okay. But from what you said earlier, I mean, we can kind of work with that. I think I'm probably more comfortable working with the sort of Spanish one. I just wasn't really sure about the Japanese one, because obviously you talked about trying to avoid Asian sites and things like that.
Let me ask you a question regarding, while you're doing this, DMOZ and Yahoo. Obviously, it's nice to have both of them. Does it really make a difference? Have you noticed?
DMOZ and Yahoo?
Yes. Having the sites being listed in either or both of those directories.
I've actually never had my site listed in DMOZ, but I really don't see how it could hurt rankings. It could only...
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you can do it, go for it. There's no harm doing it. Alright, I wish I could show you this right now, Lenny, because but the name servers on the registrar haven't updated yet, so the domains aren't showing here. But if you basically click on the domain once you change the name servers to your host, and you log into the backend, like I said, you search for IP on the left-hand thing, and then you click on IP Manager, and then you click on the domain you want to mess with, and then depending on what package you bought, you'll have all these IPs that you can host your sites on. And I bought the 15 or 14, something like that package. As you can see, all these are different A-class IP addresses. Like, there's no way Google can go out and ban these, because they're not like one section or something like that. These are like 107, and there's 188, and there's 209 or stuff like that.
Got it.
So you just go ahead and...
And what is that on a monthly basis?
I think mine currently is $40 to $45 for around 12 IPs, I think.
Okay.
I can double check that for you.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So it's,
And what's the name of that domain? WHM?
oh no, this is a backend. The name of the hosting company is
Yeah.
Smart SEO Hosting. I'll
Okay.
send it via the Skype chat right now.
Okay.
Now, I'm also wondering, so there's another hosting company as well, which we might, if as a group got together, might be able to persuade the owner, Todd, maybe to give us a bit of a deal. Unless you've got any other contacts. I just popped that one in.
Yeah,
Now, it's showing Class C's on there for SEO hosting, but yeah, I said that, he would make Class A's available. He just didn't show that pricing there.
yeah, we have to talk to him, see if he can give us Class A's, because that's all I teach in my course.
Yeah, you can definitely do Class A's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people who still use Class C's, but I don't want to run that risk with what happened to SEO Host back in the day. It was a well-known SEO hosting. Almost everyone had their domains on it. And I see Charlie had a question on here. Sorry I keep missing him, Charlie. It's always in the Skype chat. I don't check it that often. But the backlinks from the expired domains that you purchase, should they be niche specific to your money site? I'm gonna answer that one first. So it would definitely help if they were niche specific to your money site, but in all honesty, it's going to be really hard to do that, to buy 10 domains with, like, whose backlinks, not only domains, but the backlinks to the domain are niche specific to your money site. If you can find it, go for it. But like for my example, if I'm trying to do airport taxi, how many domains do you think that I can find that have been expired in the past few days that are related to airport taxi and whose backlinks are related to airport taxi? Like, that's near to impossible to do, if you guys understand what I'm saying. And how about the whois privacy on each domain purchase? What I personally do is, one sec, I go ahead and go on to fake name generator. This is how I do it. I'm not hiding anything, guys. I'm sure this is black hat in a way, but I go on fakenamegenerator.com and enter this in the whois. I'm sure there's better ways to do it, like register a business or something like that in each thing, but that's just way too much work for me, honestly, and I don't see anyone who would actually go into the whois and like check and sue you or something like that over this. And as far as whois privacy goes, I I do it on some domains. I don't do it on some domains because if all your domains are coming and the whois is blacked out, it seems suspicious. But I highly doubt Google would go to that extent to go and track down a blog network, because there's tons of sites which whois are like probably blacked out or something like that. Anything else? Okay, Charlie says okay. Anything else you guys would like me to cover in this? It's only been 30 minutes.
How what the site that you had recommended and we saw originally, they send new or they show new sites that they've just purchased once a week. Is that right?
Yeah, they usually do it around once a week. That's like if you look on like the left hand feed or whatever, it's like 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So
yeah. Okay. So, and when you look through them to begin with, the first thing you do is kind of ignore the ones that have any numbers to them.
Yeah, I
assume, and then. Okay, and are you looking at PR2s, at PR3s? How do you what's most important for you to start looking at?
I look at PR first as like a general gauge to see how authoritative the domain is, because Google wouldn't have given it a PR2 if it wasn't like an authority domain. So that's like the first thing I look at, but after that I would go dig deeper into the domain authority citation flow. So at the end, the PR is just like a guideline for me, to starting point to weed out the good from the bad.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, there's all these PR2 domains that I could choose from. So after that, I weed through these. I look for like the name first, like the domain name itself.
Mm-hmm.
So PR2, the domain name itself, see if it's not spammy, and then I go for trust flow to cite. So trust flow citation flow, make sure it's above like 8 or 9, and make sure the ratio is correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, I go onto the domain authority and page authority. Look for something like the 15-ish range for domain authority and high 20s, 30s for the page authority. And the domain authority and page authority can be seen right on by PR's page, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Their column.
Yeah. Got it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm sure I'll have more once we start.
Yeah. Have you guys started buying anything yet? Or would you like me to look over anything that you're looking to purchase?
I've been holding off just for this call, but I dropped one in as an example.
Mm-hmm.
That's the iSport.
iSport. I was actually looking at that when it first came out. I think I found some flaw with it. Let me just go ahead and Majestic real quick.
Yeah. It's not an absolutely brilliant one, but it's quite close to my niche.
As you can see, right off the bat, the trust flow and citation flow, the ratio isn't as nice as I would like it to be. Like 11 citation flow, trust flow is 5. That's more than a 2-to-1 ratio. So I wouldn't really. Some weird has been done in the past with this domain, and as well as the anchor text. All 100% is iSport Consulting. I like to look for some variation in that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So there's that, the hotel one, I believe, is the one I would buy. I'm not going to buy that right now. I'm going to leave that to you guys if you guys want to go for it. I'll drop it in the thing. Charlie just dropped. So you don't look into Wayback Machine or Alexa rankings? Not really. I don't go that far in depth. Because Alexa ranking, most of these sites, if you had a site that's getting traffic consistently enough to be ranked in the top 100,000 in Alexa, you wouldn't be letting it drop. So I really don't. So the most of the sites that have a good Alexa rankings don't get dropped, and most of the sites that do get dropped have a crappy Alexa ranking and have very little to no traffic. And then Wayback Machine, I look in it sometimes especially if it's like an Asian site, to see what it was in the past. But really, if the name is relevant, or if it's like Dan's Barbecue and Grill, I really don't need to look in Wayback Machine, because it's obviously hasn't been used for any spam or anything in the past. It's obviously been like a restaurant site in the past. And Charlie wants me to look at this domain. It looks kind of Asian, but we can take a look. Curtu. That's actually pretty decent, Charlie. Nice find. It has a perfect, almost perfect trust flow, citation flow. I don't know about the name. it doesn't. Is that fit for you, Charlie? Because the Asian name kind of turns me off a little bit, but if you go into Wayback Machine, as I was just saying, if it's for an Asian domain, I usually look into Wayback Machine to see what it was in the past. You don't need to understand the language. If you do, you can just use like the Google plugin to translate it, but you can tell by like the images and whatnot what the site was about in the past. So let's head on over to Wayback. Yeah, Charlie said it's an Asian site in Wayback Machine. What PR is this, Charlie? Do you know? Zero? But still, I was saying, the beginning part of this call, the higher the amount of backlinks they are, the harder it is to get a higher citation flow and trust flow. So I would say it's pretty good. And the last thing I check is the domain authority and page authority. So I'm gonna head on over there. .26 and the non-W. So page authority isn't the greatest, the high 20s, I guess. So I'm not sure if the price is right. If it's $10 to $50, I would go ahead and grab it up because it's a good deal for 10 to 15. But any more than that, I don't know. Did you buy it on BuyPR? Yeah, for $10, I don't see any harm in going for it. And make sure you use the www version, Charlie, because that has way higher trust flow and citation flow. Yeah, expired domains are a good way to find them, but it takes a lot of weeding through. Like, it takes me a good hour for me to find a good expired domain to buy, whereas in BuyPR, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's not that much, and it saves me a ton of time where it has like all the BuyPR domains listed in one spot.
Let me ask another question. There are PR2s, PR3s, some PR4s, and fewer as you get higher. What happens if instead of buying PR2s, you simply look at PR4 and 5s? What does that do to your 10? Is it just obvious that it's a much more powerful network, or is it not?
It's actually a really difficult question to answer because the fact that it has a PR5 or a PR4 means that it has like a PR7 or PR8 backlink pointing to it, or a few PR7, PR8 backlinks pointing to it. And this is one thing you gotta be careful of buying the higher PR domains like 5 and 5 plus. The way these domains are most likely made was one guy owning a big blog network of PR7 sites, and he buys more domains and he links those PR7 sites to the weaker sites to bring them up in PR. So he can sell those off or something like that. So most of these, so you got to be careful. You got to take a deep look into the backlinks for that. And this is another reason I like BuyPR is like, if you go ahead and go to the website itself, like copy the URL of the website you're looking to buy and paste it into your URL bar, it shows you the backlinks that are pointing to it, the PR, the backlinks, and whether it's still there or not. Like this one, this PR3 is still there, all the PR3 backlinks are still there. The 4 is...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. It's quite convenient, especially in this...
So just like as a rule of thumb, you'd probably stay within PR2s to 4s?
Yeah, I usually do.
Okay.
So higher PR is really iffy because most solid PR 6 plus sites don't really get dropped, expired domains or something like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Like you can look at this one, Apasma Conference. That seems kind of good. Like the name wise, it's appealing to me, but it has no backlinks, so it's useless to me. Like all the backlinks been deleted or something like that, or it's not showing up in Majestic.
And how many backlinks do you look for as a minimum?
As a minimum, I usually say 100, but if the trust flow and citation flow is high enough, like 20 plus, I can go a little lower to like 50, 40-ish.
Okay.
Alrighty. And the one I was just showing you guys, the conference site. So you can see if you go on there, most of the high PR backlinks have been deleted. It says not found, which basically means it's been deleted. So this site's most likely going to lose its PR at the next update. So I would stay away from this and wasting your money on that. Even though it's only $35. Alright, anything else I can answer for you? Anthony has one for us.
Yeah, I saw this one. It seemed to be quite good, albeit a bit strange.
Does it have any backlinks?
It did. I thought it did have.
Oh yeah, it does. It does.
By
It's
domain.
the WW version. That's actually really good. Where'd you find this?
On the by PR.
Really?
Yeah.
It has 2,000 backlinks. It has a decent trustful citation flow, around 2 to 3, which is not bad. And it has high trustful citation flow. It's one of the higher ones I've seen on my PR. And we can check the Moonsy. And check the page authority of it. Try the www version.
Yeah.
It's 30, which is pretty good. I would go for it, man. How much is it?
I can't remember now. It's almost 50, I think. It's
$18.
18, yeah.
Yeah, it's a PR3 for it. That's a good one. I'd say go for it. Seed Hunter.
I'll try to work it out to make it, because it's...
You can make all your sites around people that go hunting for seeds.
Well, that's it. I thought it would work with my fitness, because I do recommend eating seeds, but it's not about seeds. It's a fantasy girl. I'm not quite sure exactly. I think it's someone who writes and pretends that she's like some sort of fantasy person.
Into like home improvement or something like that, like Seed Hunter, like starting a garden or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a perfect domain to start. It's only $18, so I'd say go for it. Surprised I didn't see this one when I was looking for them.
I'll buy it and I'll see if I can work with it.
Yeah, for sure. The only thing I'd say be wary of is the anchor text. But I don't think this has been used for SEO efforts, because usually when it's been used for SEO efforts, it's for keywords, like keywords Google, the people want the site to rank in Google. No one's searching for Seed Hunter Maggie, so...
So that I had a question around this actually. So I know you wanted diverse, anchor text and things like that. Could we not actually build that into the site? I know it might take a bit longer, but it's got really good stats everywhere else.
Yeah, for a site like this, you could probably build it in, buy some Web 2.0s or blog comments or something like that.
Yeah.
Because like the anchor text usually means that previous SEO efforts have been done in the past, and you want to stay away from sites that previous SEO efforts have been done. And this obviously hasn't. Like no one's searching for Seed Hunter Maggie.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
If you put it in the Wayback Time machine, it's just it's like a fantasy girl. I think.
Yeah.
So sort of, I think it's a Swedish or something like that.
Alrighty. Anything else, Charlie or Lenny?
Nope, not for me.
Sure, cool. How about you, Anthony?
Nope, I'm good so far. Yeah.
Alright, yeah. And Charlie, I'm assuming nothing. I'm checking the group one sec, because some people said they were going to post in the group. I'm surprised not many people even registered for the webinar. Only like 3 or 4-ish, I think. It's whatever. More value for you guys, I guess.
Yeah.
You probably should do it through email. Maybe not everybody looks at Facebook every day, or...
Yeah. I don't have everyone's email, though, so I'm not sure.
Just to maybe kind of recap on then what we're doing. So my understanding is when we build out our network, essentially you build out one site, and you'll potentially, like any other SEO site or niche site, you're going to sort of silo it. You mentioned something about trying to make it as much like the site it was previously. So sort of was it to get it to be reborn in the same sort of theme?
That's
But
actually.
I thought,
Yeah, finish. Go ahead.
yeah, I thought we might be just sort of using that domain. And we build it out, roughly similar to our niche, but not exactly the same as our money site. So it would have, maybe say like 5 articles initially to seed it, and then maybe link it to your Web 2.0s, the different Web 2.0s than the other sites you're going to build, but similar.
Alright, the fact that you go into Wayback Machine and like try to replicate the site the way it previously was, that's a step I usually take only with the high PR, like the extremely high PR ones that I buy PR 6+, that I find that somehow dropped or that I spent a lot of money on a GoDaddy auction, because I want to make sure those sites don't get penalized in whatever reason, because I spent like $500 on one domain or something like that. But for mainly the regular PR 2 to 4, I just go with a regular WordPress or Joomla or some other CMS and make it light as possible, trying to incorporate it into your niche. Like one I have is, one sec, on this Italian guy. One sec, let it load. This one, this is a domain I built for a client recently last month, and I didn't know what the client's niche was. Yeah, because he just wanted a domain to get started in his SEO. He was still doing niche research, so I tried to make it as general as possible. And I found this domain on BuyPR. It's like Architetto Barci or something like that. I figured that sounds like some Italian guy, so I got an article written about Leonardo da Vinci, embedded a video about Leonardo da Vinci, and then outbound Wikipedia link to Vinci. Give me one sec, guys.
Yeah, sure.
Hello?
Hi there.
Oh, sorry about
Hi.
that. Someone's at my door.
No worries.
Alright, so...
I need to get off. So I thank you very much, and hope to talk soon.
Oh, yeah. See you later.
Thanks.
Lenny.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Anthony.
Bye.
Take care.
You too.
Alright, as I was saying, so I left it up to the client to decide how he's gonna incorporate this into his niche. Like if he was doing something like home improvement or something like that, and roofing, I guess we can talk about how Leonardo da Vinci invented shingles or something. I don't know. It's really, I tried to make the domain as similar in the article similar, and then just a link to it, because I was seeing like an advertisement or something like that. Because this is a bad example, sorry about that, because I didn't know the client's niche or whatever. But the fact that you had to go into like Wayback Machine and whatnot, all those little steps I cover in the course. I'm recording the videos, or it might be done already, and that stuff I only do with higher end domains which I purchase, not usually the ones I buy off BuyPR.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Alrighty. And then Charlie had a question. How about previous sites we own? Can we use them in PBN Network and place them on an A-class IP? Sure, if it has trust flow, citation flow, and all the criteria I've mentioned in the past, I don't see why not. Alright, anything else, guys?
I think I'm good. It's just a case of getting some domains.
You should go ahead
And
and
then
purchase
just-
the one you sent me. It's the C.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great starter one. We can get you set up on that real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one.
Alright.
And then I'll go have a look. There's another couple other ones. I've got 2 laptops, so I've got them on my other laptop, unfortunately. Because I had looked through expireddomains.net. I sifted through about
Yeah.
just under 2,000 domains to try and find some decent ones, but a lot of them did go back to sort of Japanese They were previously Japanese pages or something like that.
Yeah, I usually don't buy those unless they're relevant to my niche.
Yeah.
Unless there's a good reason for me to go ahead and purchase them.
Cool. Okay.
Alrighty.
Alright, well, I'm good.
Sweet. Okay, sure. I'll leave my email in the group, so if you guys have any questions, post in the group, or if it's something like you have a site that you don't want anyone to see, just go ahead and email it to me and I'll take a look for you.
Okay, excellent. Well, thanks for your time. It was most appreciated.
No problem, man. Let me know
Good.
how it goes. The people.
Alright, we'll do.
Alright, sweet.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.